Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. I know you guys did not expect me to go live again, but when we have breaking news that we've been covering, we cover a whole range of hot topics here on the channel, but we also covered the Erika Girardi and Tom Girardi mess that's been going on. So there is a new story every single day, but this story was too juicy to pass up. I said, I have to go live. I don't have time to record a video, edit a video, and then put it out. No, let's go live. Let's talk about it. I want to hear what you guys have to say, and I want us to take a tour of something. So I'm sure you read the title of this video. Tom Girardi has moved out of his Pasadena mansion and has moved into the assisted living facility. I was going to say something else, but I said, you know what? Let me not say it. Let me not say it. What's going on TikTok? Head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We are live on multiple platforms, including the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook, the Kempire on Twitch and Twitter, and of course TikTok. But TikTok, head on over there because I'm going to be showing you guys some photos of the assisted facility that Tom Girardi has now moved into. Tom Girardi. Let me go to the comments before we jump into this. Oh my goodness. Data says rest home. No. Rook said, no, you joking. Rook said, how did they get that old man out his mansion? Well, if you haven't been following, we didn't do a big video. When I say long form video talking about Tom Girardi, it was just announced and revealed this week. Shout out to our girl, Emily D. Baker. She was the first one to be on it. She was even cited in People magazine that Tom Girardi was disbarred by a federal court this week. As you may know, if you've been following these Girardi's situation, then you know he was already suspended for his state bar license in California. That is still pending. So we don't know how that's going to transpire. Once we do, we will let you know. Anyways, so as you also know, the Pasadena mansion that Ronald Richards says if the price drops any lower, he's going to buy it, and then he's going to have depositions there. And then even a party for us. You got to love him. You got to love him. So apparently, also, if you've been following this story, Tom Girardi was diagnosed with early onset dementia. Was it early onset? Am I just making that up? I think I'm making that up because is it early onset when you're 80 something? Maybe not. I'm not a doctor, but I'll play one here on YouTube. Anyways, so as you know, according to his legal team and his doctors, he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia. Okay. With that being said, the news broke, according to the Daily Mail. As always, we will be citing our sources after the live in the description of this video. So I encourage anyone else using this content to do the same. So according to the Daily Mail, Tom Girardi was estimated to be $264 million in his net worth. That was his fortune. And based on The Housewife and the Hustler, we know he did. He said he had $50 to $80 million in cash, $50 million in stocks and things like that. But how are you worth all that and you don't even own the private jets that you were flying on? Strange. Oh, well, maybe when you're allegedly stealing money. Whatever. Okay. If you're just joining us, what's going on, y'all? I'm not going to be looking at the comments because I want to get through this content first. And then, of course, once we get to a certain amount of likes, then I'll drop the call in and hear what you guys have to say. I have another video I need to record. Then I have to go take a shower and go to bed because I have to get my sleep too. Anyways, so as I said to you before, he was disbarred this week in a federal court. Now, you may have also seen the photos of Tom Girardi walking around with a black eye. We just saw it. Matter of fact, hold on. Because I like to show you guys photos. Hold on. Let me just bring up the photo. So that you guys can see Tom Girardi. The black eye is gone. 1 second, y'all. Let me just do this. This is why I love Apple, because you can just airdrop stuff from computer to phone and things like that. Danielle, yes, I am on YouTube again. All right, let me bring out a little photo. This is Tom Girardi. He looks very different, doesn't he? He looks very different. This is Tom Girardi now, y'all. So if you're just joining us, Tom Girardi, not only has he been disbarred this week by a federal judge, he also has moved out of the $1 million Pasadena mansion that we saw on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. He's now moved into an assisted living facility. And you know what we're going to do. You know what we're going to do. We're going to take a look. We're going to take a look. Shout out to the Daily Mail for these details. We're going to take a look at the facility. We're going to take a look at the facility. You remember what the Pasadena mansion looked like. You remember they had a chapel in it. We should also be reminded that this home wasn't a home that they purchased together. This was a home before Erika. She moved in there and she added her big picture of herself. And I don't know if she added the chapel. She may have added the chapel. I just don't see Tom adding a chapel, you know, especially when you're the devil. I mean, I see everyone do a tour in the comments if you want me to do a tour of the assisted living facility. Even though I'm probably going to do that anyway. This was breaking news to me because everyone was, you know, Ronald Richards, I think it was it on Adam's channel? I can't remember. And maybe it was because Ronald likes to, you know, he does all the platforms. And he said, I believe he said this, or maybe I can't. Everything's mixed up in my head at this point. Basically, Ronald Richards was saying that he was still living. He confirmed that he was still living in the Pasadena mansion. He could tour. Everyone said, "Do a tour." Yes, a tour. QK, it is late in the UK. Tour. Okay, we're gonna do a tour, y'all. We're gonna do a tour. So if you're just joining us, Tom Girardi has moved out of his Pasadena mansion that he shared with Erika Jayne, and we saw on the show. Okay. Everyone's saying, yes, do it. Yes, do a tour, please. I want to see the assisted facility. Well, you know, let me just get into the details of this before we jump into the tour. So amid his bankruptcy woes, allegations of embezzlement and ailing health, Tom Girardi is now saying goodbye to his living lavishly in his $13 million Pasadena mansion after checking into a senior living home in Burbank, California. This is what the Daily Mail has confirmed. The estranged husband of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Erika Jayne was pictured looking frail on Sunday. Does he look frail to y'all? He didn't look that frail to me. He actually looks very different in the face. As he was helped into his new abode following reports he was diagnosed with dementia and late, oh yeah, there we go. It was late, not early, late onset Alzheimer's disease earlier this year. I'm not taking joy in that. I just had it mixed up. I said early onset, but I said he's 80-something years old. That's not early. Sorry to anyone that watches that's 80. We do have people that watch that are 80 years old. So I'm not trying to offend. Okay, so Girardi was seen looking around his new no-frills surroundings as he took down his face mask while dressed comfortably in gray trousers and a sweatshirt. I have to give you guys a full view because, you know, one of the videos that I made on TikTok where I was talking about Tom Girardi was when we first got to see his black eye. And I said, the biggest travesty here is not Tom Girardi's black eye. The biggest travesty here is Tom Girardi's fashion. And my God, look, hold on, y'all. Y'all know I'm not a fashionista, but Lord have, what is this? What is this? Why? Why are you doing this to me? What is going on? He couldn't get, oh, Tom. What is going on with the pants? I guess those are grandpa pants, right? I guess he doesn't have a tailor anymore. Let me see what you guys. I'm so sorry, y'all. I have so many screens open. What uber rich? Wait, hold on. I'm the granny pants. I was thinking the same thing. How did the black eye heal so fast? At first, I was like, I think the Daily Mail has it wrong. That is not Tom Girardi. But it is Tom Girardi. Maybe he put makeup on it, though, y'all. Maybe he put makeup on it. Lo says, you got me hollering. Shay says, he's hiding the diapers. Oh, well, maybe. He has on a brief. I can't. Y'all are a mess. Wait, QK says, Kempire, he is in his 80s. He isn't walking Gucci catwalk. But I have to say something, though. Remember when he had money, he didn't look so, slovenly. He did wear suits that were probably tailor made. He weren't wearing pants like this, or we would have talked about him. I'm gonna keep it up because I think he deserves it. Let's do it. Look, let's do this for the victims. Okay. All right. Let's get into, so if you're just joining us, Tom Girardi, Erika Jayne, soon-to-be ex-husband, has moved out of their Pasadena mansion, and he has moved into an assisted living facility in Burbank, California. The former attorney and co-founder of Girardi Keys, a downtown Los Angeles law firm, is currently facing claims of allegedly embezzling settlement funds that were meant to help the families of plane crash victims, widows, burn victims. You saw that if you watched The Housewife and The Hustler. The sighting comes just days after it was revealed that Girardi, who has now been placed under a conservatorship, just in case you forgot that part, but with his brother being the conservator, has been federally disbarred by a California federal court. It's quite the change of scenery for Girardi, who has now moved out of his palatial Pasadena mansion that was once on the market for $13 million. I believe it's dropped multiple times. Okay, can we talk a little bit about this facility, though? The facility that Tom Girardi has moved into, the pricing for the Belmont Village Senior Living in Burbank is set to between, get this, first of all, if you have an elderly parent, you already know these places are expensive already. So if you have an elderly parent, you guys let me know in the comments after the replay or in the chat if this is what you, is this cheap? So for the Belmont Village Senior Living in Burbank, it costs between $4,545 and $4,750 for a month for a private suite. The facility has staff available 24/7. It boasts community chef prepared dining with 24 daily choices of meals. Costing for the facility depends on the room type and level of care that is required. Girardi's move also follows claims from Jayne, who said last week that she's been receiving death threats after it was claimed she allegedly spent $25 million from Girardi's law firm on credit card purchases and fees for her glam squad. We already reported on that. If you missed that story, check out the Kempire Daily YouTube channel for more details. Just Marina, guys, everyone on TikTok, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. My profile is linked in my bio. Just click the Instagram photo. We're going to do a little tour. Okay. Let me. Okay. I'm just getting into some of the history, just in case those of you are not familiar. Oh, some people said it's cheap. What? That's not expensive. Okay, that's what I thought. I know, it's like 10,000 in New York City. So, wow, he's really fallen. This man with the wide pants, he's really fallen from grace, from a $13 million home to, from what you guys are saying, not so great. Okay, if you look at once we look at the pictures, yeah, the price matches what we see. We're going to get into the pictures in just a second. So, lawyers for the trustee overseeing the bankruptcy of Girardi Keys' first firm alleged the company transferred the money to Erika Jayne's EJ Global LLC, according to a letter that they sent to her lawyer. Okay, the letter will be filed with the bankruptcy court as a part of the legal proceedings, a source has told the outlet. Jayne filed for divorce from Girardi, as you may recall, in November of 2020, and has denied wrongdoing after the law firm filed for bankruptcy. And he was accused of misappropriating $2 million intended for victims of the Indonesia's Lion Air 610 crash. All right. Let's take a look at the facility. If you're just joining us, we have over 400 something people watching. Be sure to like this video. You're getting daily and consistent content here on the channel. So subscribe and hit the notification bell. This wasn't planned. So when we have breaking news, and we have it often, you won't miss out. Okay. TikTok, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel if you would like to see the tour that I'm about to do. I'm about to do a tour of Tom's new digs. Tom Girardi has moved out of the $13 million mansion in Pasadena. You know, where you remember where the Cliff story happened? He's now out of there. He's now out of there. And it's probably the reason why he moved out of there, probably at the legal advice of his legal team and his brother. They're saying this is not a good look. This is not a good look for you to be living in this mansion, and we're finding out more and more of how you spent this money. It's not a good look for this legal matter. And maybe they just can't afford the upkeep. That's the other thing too. Maybe they can't afford the upkeep. Miss T says there's no cliff. Miss T, there is a cliff. Shout out to my girl, The Talk of Shame, on Instagram. If you're not following her, follow her. And she's also been on my podcast. She took a tour. She said she wished she had taken a picture of the cliff, because then you really could see how steep it was. No, there's a cliff behind their mansion. There really is a cliff. The pathway. So there is a cliff. So she wasn't lying about that. Okay. Are you guys done with this picture? Are we done looking at this picture? Do you see the pants? This is Tom Girardi. It's Tom Girardi. To see the pants? Don't forget the pants. Don't forget the pants. Justice for the pants. Are those Dockers? Those are some wide legs. Like, I'd be afraid something's gonna crawl up them. Anyways. I'm digressing. All right, let's take a tour. Let's take a tour of Tom's new digs. Let me share my screen with you guys. If you're just joining us, we have over 500 something people liking this video. I wish all 500 of you would like the video. Like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Shout out to everyone that's here. I appreciate you. Let me find. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Let's take a look at this, y'all. Never mind me. Y'all don't need to see me. Let's take a look. Shout out to the Daily Mail. As always, we are citing our sources. This is their exclusive. This is inside the facility where Tom Girardi is now staying. TikTok, head on a boot cut. Someone said boot cut on TikTok. TikTok, if you would like to see what I'm showing our family or here on YouTube, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Okay. So this is where this is the dining area, everyone. I love doing this with you guys. We are a mess. Shout out to my mods. I didn't give my mods any sort of a heads up. I apologize. I was just like, I have to talk about this before I do anything else. I actually ate, so I know you guys are happy. All right. Okay, let me just see something. We have almost 530, over 530 people watching. Let's get to 250 likes, and I will drop the call-in link so you guys can share your thoughts on this hot topic. Anyways, let's get into this. Oh, Lord, Tom. So this is the dining area. This is an inside shot of the senior living home, shows a dining area where Tom will be free to lounge in. Different to what he's used to, the senior living facility boasts comfortable sized bedrooms. Oof. I mean, it's nice. I mean, in comparison, though. Okay, this is interior shots of the home, show where in battle Tom will be spending his time. This is the front. This is the Belmont Village Senior Living Home in Burbank, California. So as I said before, the price ranges in the 4,000s a month for this facility. And according to what people are saying in the chat, they were saying that this is not a lot. Here, this is nice. They got a piano. I wonder if they have someone that comes in and plays the piano, or does, someone, one of the other people living there play the piano. I wonder how the other folks at this place will treat Tom, or especially because now he's going to be bringing a lot of attention to their facility. I wonder how they're going to feel about Tom. Are they going to be like tripping him with their canes, rolling over his feet? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait, wait a second. Queen, thank you so much for the super chat. Queen says this: imagine living a Gucci life to a swap meet life. God doesn't sleep and karma knows where evil people reside. Safe trip, Tom. Thank you. Thank you, Queen, for the super chat. Woo! Oh my Lord, what are you going? Oh, he could invite the victims over to sing the blues. I felt, well, first of all, why are we putting them to work? No, he needs to go sing them for them. Okay, so this is where Tom can work out. This is where Tom can work out. All right. Here's another view of the rooms that are available at Tom's new assisted living facility. Okay, this is where everyone has this is the dining area. Not bad. According to this report, they have 24 different options to eat. That's a lot. I mean, it's better than jail, y'all. It could be jail. Tom could be jail. Could be in jail. Okay, now this is a little fancy. This might be too fancy for Tom. I hope he doesn't get this room. Let's hope Tom does not get this room. This is a little too fancy. The view for him is too good. Tom doesn't need this room. So this is the outdoor facility. Okay. It's a nice place. I mean, it's not bad. Jail would be better. Just saying. Okay. And this was actually a recent photo of Erika Jayne after, all the information came out about the $25 million that were charged on that Amex card and billed to Girardi Keys. This was one of the first shots that people saw of her. And there goes Tom with the big pants. I think there's more photos though, y'all. This is the back or the front of this facility as well. So this is the mansion though. This is the mansion. This is the Pasadena mansion. I know y'all don't see the cliffs, but there are cliffs further out. This is the mansion that we saw in the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This is Tom going into the facility on Sunday. This happened on Sunday. So they say Girardi is seen being helped into in an assisted living facility over the weekend in LA. The pants don't look so wide from that angle, but maybe because they're in motion. All right. All right, y'all. That's our tour. That's our tour. Let's get to 250 likes, and then I will drop the call-in link because I want to hear what you guys have to say about this Girardi Key situation. I'm only going to be live for a little bit longer because I have another story, Real Housewives related, to cover as well. We'll get into that, but I'm going to record that one and then post it up for you guys later. Let me take a sip. Why are you looking at that old man's booty? Black Jelly said, what did he do? Black Jelly, did you just join us? I even reiterated what Tom allegedly did. He allegedly, as an attorney, took the money that he won in his victims' cases and then victimized them again by taking their money, allegedly. Who said Renna? Did someone in the chat say Renna? I didn't say Renna. He got those wide leg pants to cover them. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong? I cannot. We are almost at 250 likes, y'all. Once we get to 250 likes, I'm going to drop the call-in link because I do want to hear what you guys have to say. And we're going to take some quick comments. If you just joined us, Tom Girardi has moved out of his Pasadena mansion and has moved into an assisted living facility. We literally just took a tour, and I'm not impressed. But it's pretty fancy because he could be wearing orange and be in prison. Just saying. I saw a good question. Again, Nombre says, again, who is paying for this? That's a very good question. That is a very good question. I don't know. Because based on what Tom said in his deposition, there is no money. So I don't know where this money is coming from. I'm not sure if it's coming from his brother. I do believe, in my own assessment of watching a lot of crime TV, he put some of that money far, far away. Far, far away. Hey, Sarah, long time no see. Love Kempire. I missed the lives and made sure to hit that like button. Thank you, Sarah. I know I haven't seen your name in a while. Michael says, Kempire, I want to know who's paying for this assisted living. It's not cheap, you know. Yeah, but in comparison, this is a cheaper one. I really do want to know, like, who's paying for it. I know Tom Girardi's brother is his conservator, but is Tom Girardi's brother does he come from money? Not allegedly, it's proven. If the Daily Mail is still using the word allegedly and they have better lawyers than I do, I'm going to continue to say allegedly. Just saying. If they're saying allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly. I mean, he has not been convicted, but read my face. Read my face. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying. I think the money went to his brother, and his brother is able to pay for all of this because of the kind of person he seems to be. I'm sure Tom had some sort of money. I don't know if it's in the millions, but I mean, it couldn't be because technically he would owe that to all these victims. You know what? QK, find out when Erika will do visits to sing at the home. I don't want to even hear Erika sing. I don't want to hear Erika sing on the show. I don't want to hear Erika sing if I'm walking by her on the street. I don't want to hear that. Wait, I saw someone's comment. Oh, wait. Angie says maybe EJ is footing the bill. According to her, she doesn't have money either. Even though technically she does have money. She has the gifts and the clothes and the jewels, and all those things are worth millions. Those, I think the last time I read, she has at least 20 million in items. Don't quote me on that, but you will. Governor Newsom, his buddy, is making us the taxpayers pay for it. Well, I know Gavin Newsom had a recall election. He also was cited on the Real Housewives Watch What Happens Live, talking about, oh, I know, Tom. I looked at that clip and I was like, Did he win? Did someone else win in that recall? Because I felt like the other candidates weren't better, though. Just saying. I hope this makes her feel like crap. Well, if she did not hear about the victims and she didn't feel like crap, maybe she really is an ice queen. Maybe she really is. Wait, I want to make sure I get some of these comments. All right, guys, we are like 12 likes away from 250 likes. Be sure to like this video if you're just joining us. We're talking about Erika Girardi's soon-to-be ex-husband, Tom Girardi, has moved out his $1 million mansion. Out of his $1 million mansion. Diva says, do you notice you never see Rinna on the after show? Wonder if Harry told her to keep her mouth shut. Good point. How did I miss that? This is why I rely on you guys. And I love the after show they do for Beverly Hills. I just realized that. That says a lot. That says a lot without saying a lot. First of all, Obi, thank you. He says, support Kempire Daily. And he used a special emoji when you join as a member of the Team Kempire here on the channel. You get those special badges and emojis. So thank you guys so much for supporting. Oh, we are at 2. Let me drop the call link. We're going to take a couple of calls, and then I got to go make another video, and then I got to take a shower and go to bed. All right. Yes, she was. She was just on Watch What Happens Live. Let me just drop this call-in link. I love looking at property with you guys. We need to continue doing this. Can we continue doing this? We just looked at an assisted living facility. That's the first time we've ever done it. Might not be the last. Just in case Tom has to downgrade again because he can't afford the $4,000 to $5,000 a month at this place. Just saying. All right, let me just post this. All right. Speaking of which, don't forget, guys, we recap The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills every single week, every Thursday here on the channel. And we have a special guest this week. Up and Adam will be here to help us recap that. And of course, I'm excited for tomorrow. We're going to do the 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever recap on his channel. And don't forget, we will be recapping it on my channel as well. Okay. Hold on. Wait, let me see what you guys are saying. QK says, Kempire, I like properties too. I do. I love it. I love it. All right. Let me get to the callers. Guys, I appreciate you all being here. Thank you to everyone that already sent in the super chat. Okay. Wayne Lucas, thank you so much for the super chat. Wayne says this. Of course, they're going to play the victim and say they have no money left. They are trained liars. Tom has definitely moved some of it overseas. I believe that. I do believe that. I mean, they just can't use it. They just can't use it yet. They just can't use it yet. Or maybe they have. I don't know. I can't think like a criminal. All right. I can't think like a criminal. Let me bring up Obi. What's going on, Obi?
Hey, Kempire.
How are you? Why you sound like that, Obi? Obi was like, hey.
It's horrible. Like, I just got this Mac laptop and like, I'm trying to look at myself in the camera and I'm just like, damn, terrible camera. Anyway, in my opinion.
You look great, Obi. Stop it.
So seriously, in my opinion, I don't think Tom Girardi has dementia. Ask me why.
I'm gonna ask you why.
First of all, he's in his 80s, and it's kind of suspicious that we're hearing about it now that he's in his 80s. You know, there are two types of dementia. There's one that you have like when you're getting older. We're not actually supposed to call it dementia. We actually call it dementia in the terms that it occurs in people who are getting older. Some people say it's senile dementia. Some people call it senility. Some people call it normal aging. You know, it's just like your 80-year-old grandma forgetting her stuff, you know, just like not remembering the way back home and stuff like that. Let me post a link on. There's something I want to show you. Let me post a link. Actually, I think this will make it easier for me to explain because there's this link I want to use to explain what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So I'll probably put it on in the chat. So while I'm trying to do that, dementia in itself, like if you're trying to diagnose it, usually there are certain things that you have to begin to look out for you to separate them. And I feel like Erika was kind of trying to point out those things, even when she was going through her stories in what happened to Tom. So usually personally, in my opinion or in my professional opinion, there are two types of dementia that is like really, let's say the most common types of dementia that we commonly refer to as people who have dementia. There's Alzheimer's disease and there's vascular dementia. There's just some other types of dementia like Lewy body and all those other ones that you don't really need to know about. But if you look at those two categories in general, you will still notice that most times for those types of dementia, they are usually diagnosed way earlier than before the patient gets to their 80s. So that's kind of like what makes it suspicious.
No one ever talks.
Hold on, let me just. I was trying to actually find the. Okay, yeah, I found it now. So let me post. I'm posting the link now.
Okay.
Sorry. Let me just.
No worries.
It's on the chat, so you guys can actually like open up that link and you see what I'm talking about. Kempire, open up that link. There's something I want to show you there.
Hold on, did it come up for me? Give me a second. Why is it not coming up for me? Is it blocked? Probably got blocked, maybe. Yeah, I don't know if it came up, Obi.
Okay. Oh, anyway, let me just finish my rants. Well, so I don't think he has it. So basically, yeah, the two types like that I talked about, Alzheimer's disease and vascular dementia. Vascular dementia is when you have it, usually when you have a stroke, and then you have like memory problems and cognitive functions after having the stroke. I didn't hear anything about Tom having a stroke. Then Alzheimer's disease could be hereditary. Sometimes it could be, you know, acquired or whatever. But still, that type of dementia is usually diagnosed way earlier. If anything, it's usually, even if you have to diagnose it later, it's usually like if the person gets to like his 60s.
I'm sorry to interrupt. What if you had a terrible car accident and you were unconscious for 12 hours, allegedly?
It's possible if you had a car accident and you had the brain bleed that caused you to have like a hemorrhagic stroke. That could happen afterwards. So it's possible, but it's usually more rapid than in 3 years. Within 3 years, it will happen quickly. Like from the moment you had the accident, it will be like, you know, a steady decline. I can't remember like the timing. I'll probably look that one up again, but. So it's something that sounds fishy. But anyway, even if we're talking about the normal senile dementia, because of course there's still the senile dementia that you could say he's getting older, it wouldn't affect his decision-making, like his core decision-making capacities, like trying to steal from people, trying to embed, you know, like the Ponzi scheme. I don't think you can like put that into like he has senile dementia, so that's why he's like making these choices.
Well, maybe they're using this as their defense to be like he's not able to answer the questions, not necessarily the reason for what he did, but he's not able to answer to those questions now.
Oh, I see. I guess that's what they were. Because I thought that's kind of where they were trying to point it at. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It could be that he doesn't know where the money is now because he can't remember, but
convenient.
Let me tell you another reason why I suspect. If they're thinking it's senile dementia, they've not actually told us what the diagnosis is yet. But if it's senile dementia, that kind of information is not what you would forget in senile dementia. Senile dementia is just like forgetting where your keys are, forgetting where you left your stockings, forgetting where you parked your car, forgetting how to get, you know, the road to get back to the house, but then all of a sudden remembering it, you know. But
you ever senile dementia?
that kind of information, that this is something that you've been doing, you would remember. You remember that bank account. You remember, you would know where the money is, if the money is somewhere. That's my personal opinion. Everything is alleged, right? But I'm just like my own professional, personal opinion.
And we appreciate you calling in and giving us that perspective.
All right, Kempire.
Thank you for calling in.
Bye.
Bye. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. But before we go, if you're just joining us or if you're watching the replay of this, Tom Girardi has been, I guess he's sort of been kicked out, y'all. He's sort of been kicked out, but he's moved out on his own. He had been living in the $13 million Pasadena mansion bought with victims' money, allegedly. Really? He had been living there, but people were saying, like, how are you living there without 24/7 care? You know, I think part of the reason why he's moving out is to emphasize, I do have dementia, I do have Alzheimer's, even though he probably doesn't. But it doesn't look good if he's living I'm surprised he's lived there as long as he has. And it doesn't look good if he's still living there and he doesn't have around the clock care. And that was the report. He didn't have around the clock care. Let me see what you guys are saying. Well, I'm just going to see what some of the comments are saying, and then I'm going to wrap this up. I appreciate all of you. I'm sorry I didn't get to everyone's phone calls that called in and hung up and called in and hung. I apologize. We had a doctor on the line. I had to get the doctor. Let me see what you guys are saying. Felicia brings up a good point. Maybe the house was sold. As you know, it's been on the market. They lowered the price recently. We'll go live then again. Once we find out that. Stay Love. What's going on, Stay for Love? Allegedly, EJ gave Rena $5 million, even though Rena denied it on Watch What Happens Live. Erika Jayne denied it on her social media as well. It's a good point. Maybe the house was sold, or maybe it's pending and they are working their ways to do what they need to do in order to get him out. Who knows? I mean, there's so much speculation. As I said before, one reason could be because they want to kind of go with the whole narrative that Tom doesn't know what he was doing, that Tom has dementia and Alzheimer's. The other thing is it could possibly have been sold, or maybe they're going to rent it out so they can actually make some money off of it. I don't know, but we will be following the story. Shanti says Brenda has met Erika's new man. First of all, if I was going through all of this right now, the way that Erika's going through, any man that I would have in my life right now would be a wham bam thank you ma'am. It's not going to be a serious relationship. I'm going through things. Let's get to 300 likes. Oh, we already have 300 likes. Okay, first of all, Erika and her new man just disliked the video. Or Tom. Maybe Tom got internet Wi-Fi in his room at the new Belmar senior living facility. Hey, Tom, how you doing? I hope you got some new pants. Speaking of his new pants, I got to bring it back up. This is the travesty. It's the pants for me. Lord have mercy on these pants. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much, as always. If you're watching the replay of this, let me know your thoughts, first of all, on our senior living facility tour. This new revelation, what is your speculation? Why did Tom Girardi move out of the Pasadena mansion now? Is it because it was sold? Or maybe it was because he wants to really drive home that he has Alzheimer's and dementia. We shall see. Lord have mercy. I turned and I said, I saw the pants. I almost jumped up, y'all. I love fashion, but damn. Oh, Lord. Anyways, let me take some last minute comments and see what you guys are saying. Queen says, Lamar, who suffered a dozen strokes, doesn't even have pseudo dementia. Let's keep in mind, though, he's also younger, and also a miracle, because I don't know how Lamar was able to go through what he went through and still be here, because that really was like, he's still with us. He is a freak of nature at this point. Shanine says, I don't understand how Erika hasn't shown any remorse for the victims whatsoever, even in her tweets with her little Twitter finger. I agree. Like, that's the part that's so telling to me. And then when it was brought up during last week's episode of Beverly Hills, it was sort of like Kathy said in the after show that she had to go to the bathroom and she was tearing for the victims. Like, she said she got very emotional when they were talking about the victims. It was only Garcelle and Kathy that really brought up the victims. And then you're like, yes, the victims are what matter. She is so cold. What is wrong with her? What is wrong with her? Q says, I'm sure I had a pair of these back in the day. Did I? No, I did. I don't know why I said I did. You know, there was a baggy movement. There was a baggy movement at some point. Anyways, guys, got more stories to talk about, more stories to report. If you're not following me on my social media, everything is at TheKempire. Let me post that up so you guys can see that. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media. That way you're never missing out on any of these stories. I do a lot of this stuff under a minute, sometimes under 15 seconds, hot topics. Follow me on my TikTok. Hey, TikTok, what's going on? I see your comment. I'm working on that story next. Stay tuned for that and so much more. I promise I will not be back because I need to go take a shower and go to bed. Shout out to my mods. I appreciate you all being here. Love doing tours with you guys. I don't know what will be next. We will be going back to the auction because I didn't realize the auction, they add stuff. That's how we missed the lingerie the other day. They're adding stuff. So we might need to revisit in the next couple of days. So subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss out on anything like breaking news when we upload or, you know, when we're just reporting something. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Join my texting community. If you're not a member of the channel, there are a lot of really great perks to being a member of the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Head on over to TheKempire.com for more details. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.